You're really truly on location.
I am truly on location. Like I'll probably like go outside with the laptop at some point.
You should.
Balcony.
Reporting live.
Reporting live. I got it. Okay.
Apparently, I've never been on location before.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Welcome back to The Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian and Kevin.
Hello.
I am actually on location today, everyone. I am on my honeymoon. I am at an undisclosed location right now. Some may say I may be on spring break mode, but I'm never on spring break mode, guys. This is all business. We're here. Love doesn't sleep, and neither do we. So I'm really glad that we were still able to get this episode out. I kind of want to leave with that. Spring break mode. Jamie was really the big focus of this episode, obviously with the big fallout from last week when he had reached out to Michelle and said that there were conversations going on around the house about her character and regarding a possible previous relationship with Joe. And obviously he had added that personal story of a friend seeing Michelle in the bar with a light-skinned guy. This dude, man, we've covered a few seasons here now, guys, of The Reality Guys, and we've had different moments, whether it's the Aaron stuff, the Thomas stuff. This guy totally trumps this dude. This dude may be the biggest snake I've seen in reality TV. Can you guys think of a bigger snake recently?
Of shows we watch now.
Johnny Bananas.
Yeah, but that's like more of a shtick. Like that's not for love. And
Right.
Yeah, he's badass.
Yeah,
Johnny Bananas taking Sarah's money.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
We're talking about savage moves, but yeah. Really quick, I want to say thank you for everyone that's always been watching. The community is growing. We appreciate all the likes, comments, whether it's on the videos or in some of the social media groups, specifically in Facebook. So I appreciate everyone that's been watching and doing all that interaction. Let's continue to grow it. And like I said, it means a lot to us. I mean, it means enough to us that I'm literally sitting here on my honeymoon, making sure that we still do these episodes. So it means a lot to us. Michelle starts, we kind of circle back. Michelle starts the episode. She's annoyed about all the fallout from last week. She feels like her character was drawn into question. She's really honestly feeling uneasy in her own skin a little bit. To start all off, I kind of wanted to ask you guys, do you think her responses, especially early on, were warranted? Or do you think she even maybe was overreacting to just hearing some rumors?
I think slightly a little bit.
I think it's protocol at this point.
Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, wait, are you saying, Kev, are you saying like protocol of the show?
No, more just like how she should respond in this scenario that it's happened so many times. Like the most respectful way to be presented as a bachelorette is to react in this like princess manner and show a little bit of an emotional side as well as get your point across. I mean, I don't necessarily hate what she did at all, but it's just it's part of the politics with it. It literally reminds me of like royalty in England with like you know what's going to be the right thing to say and it's blown out of proportion when they veer from that path. Or is it like, oh, depending if you're the bachelorette or a contestant, like you're either looked at as being bold if you're the bachelorette, or if you were the contestant, it's veering off path and not there for the right reasons.
No, I actually think that's very well said, Kevin. I don't even know if I can follow up with that.
It's an interesting aspect that you say there's a way they should respond, and then there's a way that they want them to respond, and then there's that kind of gray area in the middle where you feel like this season to me has seemed here we go, this is going to be like no shit, Bill, but this season has seemed very produced, like 100%. Very produced, from the intel in the first episode to this kind of stuff where this seems early for this type of conflict. You know what I mean? For the guys, like we always make the jokes that the guys witch hunt these people out and they suss guys out, right or wrong. But it usually takes like 4 weeks maybe before there's like a thing. They were
Well,
on
they
this guy.
usually plan out that guy to guy random interaction that they both like stay a little longer to like
build the tension.
it builds tension within it. But they are jumping certainly early into the who's blaming who for being there for the right reasons.
I mean, I
Right.
won't say the names yet, but you would feel like you had two villains, or at least guys that were starting some drama, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Well, I mean, I don't want to skip ahead of the preview, but it looks like we're gonna get another mini villain. And this one,
My issue, like, I think, is like the fact that they bring in these villains on purpose. They bring in the people like she already had previous relationships on, knowing that, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just playing stupid tension. It just
no, I agree. I mean,
that's bullshit.
it's very produced for sure. Like even just
I gotta ask you guys something else. How dumb are these dudes? They spent the whole beginning of this episode all basically in all mini groups and large groups just trying to figure out who said what. But I don't understand why they just didn't go down the line. Hey, Clayton, did you talk to her? No. Did you, like, at least even ask the guys individually? One thing I did like too, though, is they did say, and we've said this a lot, they used the word sus. They were like, we're going to try to suss out who this is.
Did Rick say that?
I swear to God, they said, we're trying to, I don't have who said the
I think it was Rick.
It does. Yep, it was Rick.
I just
Eyeliner
sticks eggs raw.
Great video game developer. Like, who is this dude?
Well, if one theme, this episode two, guys, I have in my notes just at the top here, is we have a lot of recurring themes of The Bachelor and the reality guys in our commentary that went on in this episode. The dates are horrible.
Oh man, dude.
The dates on this show are so goddamn stupid. They're so contrived. Just let them go to dinner.
I agree, man. I wish we had a big following, and I would love to like take a poll and see if other people agree with us because it's so dumb.
I don't know, dude. That like zero G-force thing would be sick.
Right?
It was horrible. What do you mean? I just went to Disney World yesterday. I wouldn't even want to go on a small world and then go on a date afterwards.
The G-force thing is cool, but I don't think you need to profess your love during the G-force. If you just did the G-force, it's fine. But like when you
that's
the guys speaking in Italian, it's like this is, and they're like, "Yo, say what you feel." It's like you've
I
also
just think
only
I
done
always
her.
wanted to do that thing.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Stupidly thinking, dude, this is so easy. Just close your eyes. You don't get it.
Yeah.
But like, I understand I'm wrong. I want to find
Well,
out.
what you're thinking there too, Kev, is you're like, it'd be really fun for like me, Brian, and Kevin to go, like me, Brian, Bill to
Right.
go do this G-force. It'd be dope.
But I would never
when
want
you're
to.
literally
I would
trying
never
to
want
meet
to
them.
impress a girl afterwards. Like,
The only thing that I like
have throw up on my shirt.
Yeah, right.
before they get into the actual theme of the date, though, for date one, I did like, and you can run down the names, but Olu was announced for the first date, and he did the
Yeah. He did
Oh,
like a nice like chest pound, like let's go.
like Wakanda chest
Directly
bump.
on the microphone too. Just
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like this guy.
starting Wolf of Wall Street. Just
All right, group date one with Top Gun theme. They love to just promote shit on this show too.
Oh yeah, dude. Like,
Oh my
enough.
God, it's almost as bad as like a Transformers movie. Like
Right.
almost as bad. Like, whoa, I can't believe Optimus Prime, you're a 2007 Chevy Camaro SS. Oh my God, the gasoline is Pepsi Zero?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I feel like this fucking show is becoming.
And like even the lines those two actors were given were just so bad. The one guy was just like, yeah, like he repeated the last word. He's like a yes man at the end. Like, we're gonna test how much you love him. Yeah.
Can we
the
also
difference between Transformers is more product placement. This is just
straight up weird. Yeah.
this is just straight up in your face. Have you ever seen the movie Top Gun?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you about
releasing on November
You should watch
22nd?
the new one coming out in 3 months or whatever.
And you can stream the old
Starring
ones on
Tom
Netflix.
Cruise and Olivia Wilde,
Paramount Plus?
whatever the fuck it is.
Right. Yeah. It's so bad.
One
Mind
thing
you,
too.
all you girls that watch this show, I know you were huge Top Gun fans growing up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like myself, Me and my brother had a VHS tape of Top Gun, and we legitimately couldn't rewind it anymore. We wore the shit out of it.
Right.
We watched it over and over again.
Another trope that they have here on a lot of episodes that we've seen. I need these contestants to stop pretending like they know who these random actors or musicians are that nobody knows. Nobody knows who these people are. And they like walk up and they're like, oh my God, guys, look who it is. It's fucking Blobbity Blah from that Hallmark movie. Like,
well, Kevin,
seriously, like think about Bachelor in Paradise when that girl walked into David Spade and thought he was Dave Chappelle. Like that's the level of people we're thinking of here. They're not picking up these randos.
See, I'd rather have those interactions though than them pretending. Like I wanted to be like, oh, it's
I know.
It's Matt McConaughey.
About that show.
I like the mistakes a lot better.
Yeah, mistakes are way cooler than them like acting. I will say in the second date, that one guy definitely knew who it was because he was like a spoken word poet. Like he definitely like rubbed one out in his pants when he saw who it was.
Who was it though?
He was like a smack poet, like a spoken mouth poet.
Rudy Francisco. I think his name.
Our Frisk. Yeah, dude, he's the man.
Yeah, but that guy was like masturbating. But let's stay on this date first. But Bill, do you want me to read off?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. So I wrote this is my next bullet point. Funny enough, this is not a date. Frosted Tips pulls her aside. So I did like the call names. The call names are funny. Frosted Tips, Pizza,
Doughboy.
So yeah, let's get to Doughboy. All right,
that would be my
Doughboy, Pizza Pete. He couldn't stop his shit. So obviously if you guys remember, and Will is the other part of this. When they did the "Are you smarter than a fifth grader" date, Will called him a narcissist. Yeah. Everyone thought it was funny except for Pizza Pete. So obviously,
was funny.
Obviously, Pizza Pete's been holding on to this. So they get to the Top Gun date, and Will's doing good when he's doing the whole G-force thing, and Peters claims that he stole what he did because Peter said I was speaking Italian, he did Spanish, he just stole what I did. That was stupid. Like that doesn't matter. But then secondly, the second part of the date was they get to basically do this American Gladiator type shit. And we all know what's going to happen. They're going to produce this to put the two of them together. So I was like, all right, here we go. This is going to be dope. And Will just beats the shit out of him, dude. He bullies him. He won't even let him get off the ground.
Right. Yeah.
Not a good look for Pizza Pete.
No.
Does anyone have anything good to say about Pizza Pete?
Not at all, man.
No.
He's kind of game.
Well, obviously, Will wins the date, so he gets the Top Gun jacket because, again, you got to stay on theme. That wasn't much of a fucking prize, though. I thought that she was going to get something more than, oh, hey, we're going to talk later, and here's this shitty bomber jacket.
Yeah, dude, it's not even good bomber.
Dude, I thought it was going to be even lamer and have, like, Bachelorette sewed across.
Oh, that would be worse. Like a Bachelorette patch.
Right, but it looked like all Army-esque. Like, the guy would never wear it away from this place.
No. Are you kidding me, dude? Not even a shot in hell. Let's see. Willie smacks around little Pizza Pete. Little Willie wins. So, like I said, he gets the jacket. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I want to stay on the jacket theme here. So later on, Pete doesn't let it up. Like he's sitting with the group of guys. He can't let it go. So he starts with Will, and they're going back and forth. Again, I don't think Pete gets the better of the exchange. I don't think he's gotten the better of one exchange with this guy because what it comes out is that Will's like, bro, you don't even have your pizza shop open yet.
Yeah, right. I got three.
Three locations, bro. Like, what do you mean? I'm like up here.
He's a dingus. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's an idiot.
We had an all-time good facial expression and slow zoom in during this conversation. So you have Will on the right, Pizza Pete on the left, and then Nate.
Yeah, Nate.
Right in between them. And the argument's going back and forth. And in classic fashion, they just start to slow zoom into Nate's face. And he's just like.
Was it Ulu that just stood up and left?
Ulu left. Ulu got up even before the Zoom out. He just said, "Nah, this ain't my conversation."
Peace.
Smart guy right there. I would have been out before the
Peace.
guy came down. There, I would have been in my room reading a book. This is so.
Like, I don't even want the impression or the date rose. I just want to go
right.
home.
I don't want people to ask me what.
Pete started talking. I'm out.
I'd be there. Leave me alone. I'm here to win in some girl's heart.
Yeah, especially because the fact that Peter won't let it go. So Will gets to go talk to Michelle later on in the night, and just to kind of put a bow on this whole pizza feud, he takes the jacket and throws it in the pool. One, who the fuck cares? But you know who really cared? Will.
Yeah, dude, he cried, man.
Brian.
Yeah.
He cried. He
That,
cried.
that was soft.
Listen, I'm a crier too, but I'm definitely not going to cry over someone throwing some jacket in the pool that I just
Over
got. That I didn't pay
spilled
for.
milk. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's like, I mean, that literally was outrageous amount of sensitivity. I mean, I could guess, like, I can understand if what he was trying to say is like, man, I'm just so on edge with this dude, and I'm really about to like pop off and like knock him out kind of thing. But to just, he made himself like, he's lowered himself. He was doing so good. Just like everyone was saying, like Clayton even told him, no reaction, dude. If you don't react to this shit at all, you win forever. I still think he wins, but he definitely kind of, it wasn't a flawless victory. Let's put it that way, Brian.
It was like a TKO.
it was a tap out.
But the dude bringing up like all that does is get her upset and make the narrative a whole different way. It's dead on. Like, it's bullshit. I would be pissed if I was an outsider, and I would be pissed at this dude thinking it was funny. I'd again in my room doing dooku.
I mean, to be fair, I do give the guys props. I mean, the guys didn't do a lot right this week, but they didn't tell Michelle about this because it wasn't that important. And I think, again, you know, we're 3-4 seasons in now. This might be the first time there's ever been a fight that I don't think has not gotten back to like the Bachelor or Bachelorette.
Just wait till next episode. Don't speak too soon.
That's true.
Let's be real. This is going to get back to her.
One of them's gone.
Okay, but we're going to take it for a week.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, we'll get to this. I don't even know if I can call that fair because there was some other fuckery going on with Michelle, but we'll get to that. Quick note here in between the stuff we've talked about. Clayton did get his first little bit of one-on-one time, like significant one-on-one time while they were sitting there. Was really glad he got himself out of the friend zone. Everyone knows, at least on our like follow us, I'm a big fan of Clayton. At least I even picked him to be the Bachelor when we did our preview special. So it was nice to actually see him speak.
He's a cornball, man.
You know, shit, he's a cornball, but like, I don't think they're going to if they're going to get back to doing the Bachelor again, I have a very hard time believing that they're going to try to find interesting people. Like they're they're going to try to go really safe. I think they've done a little bit better of a job with that with the Bachelorette franchise with Katie and now with Michelle, at least being a little bit different, but really not that different because Katie already broke up with Blake. We'll see what happens with Michelle's winner. I would love for someone to stay together. Who the hell thought that like Matt James again would be the model of a positive relationship right now? It's crazy. He's like actually in a functional, normal relationship with Rachel Kirkconnell. All the other kind of stuff has died down relatively, the noise and stuff like that. I mean, the issues obviously are still important that were kind of being brought up, but I think it's a little bit more genuine that they're doing it privately and whatever he's doing in his private life, because he was not the person to be like a spokesperson for any kind of social change. He's an asshole. Like,
so I want to date Michelle for real.
You want to date Michelle?
Fuck yeah, I would date her.
All right. Well, listen, you got to wait until like December when we find out who won, and we'll see. You know what I mean?
We'll slap you on a BIP.
So I hope nothing works out here. I'll get her in a second.
Kevin loves love, but only if it's love for him.
Exactly. That's how it should be.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on. This is actually one of my favorite things of the episode. Apple Boy Rodney.
Whoa. We gotta say who got the rose.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Martin.
You're right. That's actually I have that as the next bullet point. Martin, and I put in parentheses Frosted Tips. He's doing really well so far by checking on her.
Start Brian.
Dude, he's actually kind of growing on me.
I saw a meme in one of the Bachelor groups. I'll post it. I'll post it like, well, I'm not gonna post it today, but it basically says that Martin looks like all 5 members of NSYNC combined into one.
That's very true. Very true.
It is, right? Like
I don't
really,
even
really
see
good.
it because I know that person's right here.
I always just think of that show Martin when we were growing up. Whenever I think of that.
Martin was a good show. Then I had this up about Peter. Peter won't the feud go, blah, blah, blah. So Rodney gets the first gets the one-on-one date. So before Rodney gets the one-on-one date, the framing of it is kind of that Rodney's in the friend zone right now, which, to be fair, 3 weeks into knowing someone, you should all be in the friend zone. That being said, this is the Bachelorette, and she has been aggressively moving forward with some of the relationships. So Rodney, who again, he kind of screwed himself by doing the apple costume because now he's the apple kid. Like last episodes ago, they were doing the apple tasting. And she's like 3 or 4 times has mentioned he doesn't know how to like taste apples. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. So like, I'm like, all right, our boy did it. He's gonna be straight. And they sit down and they have like, I don't know, go over all the entire date because honestly, it's really not that good. They gotta go on like that. They do that little kind of like scavenger hunt bullshit where they're trying to help each other find keys and boxes. It was basically like a tame version of Squid Games going on for this.
And they act like they're having the greatest time.
It's not fun. You don't have to pretend that the dates are fun. They're not fun. I would love it if they were just like, this sucks. Like,
yeah, I don't want to be handcuffed to you. Sorry.
It's weird. So, okay, again, so our boy has to go through all this bullshit, right? So remember, apple costume, apple tasting, Squid Games. Okay, finally, he gets to sit down at a goddamn table with her and talk. And guess what? He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Turns out he's got a lot more to offer than Apple commentary. What did you guys think of like him able, like what did you like your vibes on him now that we've heard a little bit more from him?
Well, I picked him as future bachelor, so I always kind of had a vibe of him. But I mean, to go like the guy had to get butt ass naked to get a kiss. Like unbelievable, man.
Well, that's where I was going next. I'm like, this guy thinks he's gonna sit down. He's a great guy. She kisses him. She proclaims that he's out of the friend zone. It's like, all right, boy, you did it. But they're like, she's like, well, I have more planned. It's like, no more.
Yeah.
No more. No, you want the dinner. It's done. And like Brian alluded to, it becomes like a truth or dare bullshit. And she makes him streak. Okay. You know, if Youssef was here, he'd be very upset. Not Youssef. What was our boy who hated the...
Dude, if it was a bachelor asking a girl to streak, this would be end of the fucking world.
We've talked about this though with in that season. What was that guy's name that was really upset that he had to that he was like, you're a trash.
Oh yeah.
Was it Youssef?
Yosef.
Yosef.
Yosef. I call him Youssef. Yosef. He was like, you have no class, Claire. You have no class.
It'd be funny if she's like, you
take just talking about this, guys. I feel like I repeat myself every week and like 5 times an episode, but like nothing new happens on this show. We thought like that streaking strip game was like this really random, like raunchy thing they were doing. And then she has this dude go streak, and it's like, fine, like go streak out to the pool, jump in. It's funny. It's a little bonding thing between us. They call out Caitlin, Taisha.
Yeah, and they're just out there like with the like little binoculars. It's like
catering, like the security, like everyone's there to stare at this dude's dick.
Yeah.
It's just like
that's like an X-rated moment for ABC though. They really push the envelope.
You know that the housewives,
dude, if
are loving this.
Think about if Matt James was like, all right, any of the girls there.
Yeah.
So, all right, you have, in order to get a kiss, you need to strip down naked. It would be like, what is this, the 1950s? This isn't the fucking Playboy Mansion. You know, like, it would be an uproar, an absolute uproar.
He'd probably read it as a joke, and then he'd do that laugh where he was like, ha ha. Remember that? He always laughed at everything he said.
Read it and then read the headlines afterwards and be like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, let me go massage my friend while you watch.
One other thing that I avoided to talk about right away when I was talking about the stuff with the jacket and Peter and the Will. Oh, boys, we had another private concert.
Yeah.
We had a symphony. this time. And weren't they like playing like Top Gun music or something? Like, what were they playing?
I don't even know, man.
No, they were. I think they were playing a
it
song
out.
by Top Gun. I'm pretty sure they were. Not like Danger Zone, obviously, but like a song that appeared in the movie. I just can't steal it. I honestly, like, any more fucking concerts, I would be done with this bullshit.
Yo, Rodney was wearing like a bowling shirt on his date.
I literally feel bad for everybody in that room.
Yeah.
The symphony, the cameraman, the two people dancing, the sound man. It's just awkward.
It's so bad.
There is nothing you can do but go. It's like that feeling when like it's like midway through the national or the Pledge of Allegiance in grade school, and you look around like, I'm not listening to a fucking word. What's going on? What's everybody else doing? And they all hate it just as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree.
No, I totally know. For like when I was in the Catholic grade school, for sure.
But he did get a rose, guys. He did get the rose. I swear to God, if she hadn't given him a rose after that, I think it could have been like an actual homicide.
Oh yeah,
That would have been the murder mystery right there. Except we would have known who did it and why. It would have been very clear.
First producers blocking.
First degree.
It would have been like the prequel, like the interlude, because we get to see the murder and then we move on to the actual murder mystery. Group date 2.
Great idea. Write that down. That is
have his attention now.
fucking idea.
That's a great idea. The second group date is a poetry date.
Dude, I hate these. I hate these so fucking much.
The stage dates. I call them stage
them.
dates. Anytime when they have to go
I hate them.
perform. Rudy Smith is a spoken word poet. I guess out of any of the things, the only thing I said about this date that I thought could be good before I actually saw the date happen, I was like, I guess this is a good way for people to show their personality a little bit. And I thought the guys were going to be goofy with it, because who the hell actually thinks like any of them are going to try to write like a real poem and like rhyme and make it like a jam poem? But literally everyone, and we'll get, except for the last guy that we'll get to, they really tried to do like poems. Like I would have been like, there once was a girl from Nantucket. Like I would have just made a big joke out of it, because obviously I'm not a goddamn poet. And they had like Rudy Smith there. Like, God, what is he from?
Rudy Francisco.
Dude, I would have rapped like Eminem.
Exactly. You could. I think it would have been funny if you just did a song that's obviously not yours and started like speaking a song out, because I think it would have been funny.
If you just said a song slowly,
that
kind of would relate. That would have been killer.
When I was thinking about doing my wedding vows, and I was,
One.
I lived them. I was going to do. I was going to go.
2.
What is love, baby? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. No more.
I
don't think anyone. I think
1,000 miles.
I think about 6 of you would have laughed at it, and then the rest of the people would have been like, "Is he making a fucking joke out of this right now?" Which I would have been, but
I would have gone down in those flames, though. It would have been worth it. Rather than actually think of something stupid to say later on.
Brandon was
up to be a meme.
Yeah, you're literally setting yourself up to be a meme. Brandon, who I haven't really been a fan of through the first 3 weeks, he did really well in the state. Like his poem was actually really good. And they, again, it's not for me to judge. She's had a connection with him from week 1. She's definitely enjoyed Brandon a lot. And she, I'll just bring it up now. He gets the rose for this date. Do you think anyone deserved it over him?
I don't think so.
Not that I have in my notes here. I don't have anybody.
I don't think anything happened. This date was boring as hell. I mean, like, not a lot of like combos stuff. They just focused on Jamie.
Well, one of our people thought he was the best. Jamie didn't do a poem. Jamie took the spirit of what I was saying, ignoring the assignment and doing something funny, but he didn't do something funny. He told some like, they called it a parable, but like I'm pretty I know decent amount of myself, but I've never heard that parable before, guys. And it just sounds like the dude, in all intents and purposes, basically trying to say that like he's the best, he knows everything, he's the most powerful, and he could guide his woman to the right place, basically. Like, could anyone else get anything else out of that story? I don't even think what I got out of it's completely right. I don't think anyone knows what they're supposed to get out of it.
He's the type of dude that like thinks that shit don't stink.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to that. We're about to roll real
He
hard.
loves
into
his
that.
own brand of everything he does.
Loves.
We've talked about people referring to themselves as brands, and it's not a thing you do.
Ooh, deleted scenes.
Fuck that.
No.
Okay. So we do have to. I mean, Will really is. I mean,
Wait,
Will
what?
really-
How did his poem
Oh,
go?
Will Jamie.
He didn't read a poem. He just set up a story that we don't even know what it was from. Or
It wasn't a poem. He just started telling a story. It was about like a wolf and like a guy in the woods or something, right? I think he was basically telling me the Revenant.
Yeah.
yeah, he read the plot.
He basically read the plot of the Revenant. They're all like so sick of this guy.
Like, yeah, he's like, I couldn't find my
Like,
book, but I
that-
found the back of this DVD.
My favorite book, The Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay, so after Brandon said they're sitting there, and the best is that like, you know, when she comes to during those like after parties, like for the dates, and she sits down and she starts to give like the explanation of like why the person she's about to announce wins. The camera work, they might be overproducing, but the camera work is amazing because they just have Jamie dead frame. The whole time she's talking, the focus is just on him, and he's got this smirk,
got a
dude.
weird
I
face.
hate it. He's like just like licking his lips, like
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Confident.
There's a lot of that this episode. Just a lot
and
of
then he says Brandon, and he just is like, you see him like looking around, like to the producers, basically, like,
yeah,
wait,
it's like
wrong person.
it's like he's like on The Office, like looking at the cameras, like making feel it.
Yeah.
Who did that last season on The Bachelorette that we loved? He would always like look at the camera. And do
Is
the
James,
show.
isn't that James?
It was James. Okay. The next part, you can ask Emily. We are sitting here on our honeymoon. It's like last night. I'm chilling in the bed with the laptop when he starts talking to the producer.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm literally going like, you fucking snake, you rat, what are you doing? And Emily's like, oh my God, what happened? Like, and she doesn't even know I'm watching The Bachelor. She thinks I'm like upset about like my life or something. She's like, "Hey, what's
You
going
think
on?"
you found a snake
That son of a
and a
bitch,
rat
Jamie.
in your hotel room?
I'm like,
You
this smug
fucking snake, you rat. There's a
motherfucker.
snake and a rat under the bed.
They didn't turn our
It's
bed
fucking
over.
huge.
There's no mitt here, Em.
Emily, call the front desk. There's a snake eating a rat in our room.
This is supposed to be network television. All right, so this is where I made my joke at the top of the episode, and it was not a joke in his mind. It's real fucked up because I'm gonna dig right into what the fuck he actually means when he said this. Jamie pulls the producers aside and he starts to shit talking the other guys. He starts saying things like, "Yeah, you guys did a nationwide search, and like this is who you ended up with. Like these guys are jokes. I really have to wait for 6 weeks to leave with her. Like fuck this." And then when I'm sure the producer, they don't say what he said. The producer's probably like, "Yeah, no, these guys are great. Like you have to go through the process, dude." Like, well, he switches it to Michelle. He pushes the blame. First, it's the producer's fault and the show's fault that he hasn't won already.
Yeah.
And now it's Michelle's fault because she's on spring break mode. AKA, he's calling her a fucking slut, dude. He's slut shaming her. He's slut shaming her by saying she's allowed to go around and trying out all different guys and figure out, go fuck yourself, dude. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Like, I'm all about like the jokes. Shit talk the guys all you want. That's fine. Like, tell your stupid Revenant fucking stories. But don't go. She's a fucking teacher, dude. She's a normal person. She doesn't entertain men for money, dude. Like, that's not this bullshit. Like, how fucking smug are you because you didn't win a group date? Like, yo, fuck that dude. Honestly, fuck that dude. I was so
Bill is
You know,
so
like-
pissed right now.
this
Oh
dude
my
don't love
God,
love.
okay.
This dude don't love love. Fuck, man. I was so upset. And it's like, I honestly, and I know we'll get to how she ends up dealing with all this and doesn't even know about this part of it. But I'm sure even now, her watching this, like that has to fucking boil her blood, dude.
Right.
Honestly, I can't wait for the reunion. I cannot
Reunion's
wait for the reunion.
He
He's
might
gonna be
not
like the
come.
main event of the reunion.
He might not come.
He won't.
He'll be the Zoom in.
If he was smart, he
My
wouldn't.
biotech company is a little busy this time of year.
I mean, it's very typical, dude. It's very typical of just like fucking America these days. Just like dudes thinking they deserve what they want when they get it, or like when they want it, and it's they don't get it and they freak out. Bullshit.
He's a grade A piece of shit, dude. We're gonna, and the worst part is we're moving on to more stuff about Jamie.
Yeah. Let's make it brief. I don't want to talk about this loser anymore.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna get into
He's a nerd.
We get to the stuff where they get to the cocktail party. We're at the cocktail party, and we'll get to something about the cocktail party too. Eyeliner guy.
Rick.
Eyeliner Rick. Michelle, she's doing the normal one-on-ones you have before the rose ceremony. Last chance to kind of get you that precious time in and maybe make an impression. And God bless the guy. He's just like, hey, like, who the hell talked to you? Like, because we're all been talking since you brought that up, and none of us have any idea what you were talking about. And like, we're not trying to be shady, anything. Like, we don't know what you're talking about. She brings Jamie up right away, and she could tell by his reaction. He's like, what now? Like, and then she all of a sudden is like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, you can see in her face, she's like, oh boy, I look really stupid for what I did last week. Well, how is this going to progress? We then kind of like split screen over to the guys. You have Nate, Clayton, Eyeliner Rick, and they're discussing like what's going on. What's the situation? Like, he tells the guys, hey, this is what just happened with my conversation with Michelle. So I respect it. Nate's like, yo, get your ass up here. We're talking about this. I think Nate's trying to be like grocery store Joe's like second lieutenant.
Yeah. These are the guardians of the realm here.
He is the guardians of the realm, guardians of the multiverse.
Yeah.
So they pulled Jamie up. What did you say to her? And man, I wish I'm trying to even, if I could even, like, I quoted some of the lines. Like, I
Dude,
deleted
it's a sound.
I deleted it. Like, I started taking the quotes, and then I was like, he's not saying nothing.
Yeah.
My exact, this is what my notes say now. He's so full of shit when confronted. He starts talking about episodes and the audience.
Yeah.
And that's when we had the Arthur meme, which was Nate. His hand was shaking like he was about to beat the hell out of this dude from the second he started speaking, except his hand was down. So it was like,
It's the Arthur meme.
That's the Arthur meme. Like, he's gonna beat the hell out of this guy.
Yeah.
And they start arguing. They all, because they're not even arguing. They all just start yelling at him like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you, dude. You're a piece of shit. Like, I can't believe you. And then,
They all should have just killed him.
I mean, literally, they're doing what we were saying last week when we reviewed this. They're like,
Murder.
okay, you're talking about conversations. Who was having conversations? Well, I wasn't part of the conversation. It's like, yeah, but you know about the conversation. So you had to have been around the conversation. And I don't know. I wasn't part of the Michelle rolls in, sees them all arguing, is like, so what's going on, guys? And makes him, which she should have done last week,
I agree.
explain the accusations in front of the group.
Yeah, just hit him with it.
DW.
He's got nothing. I mean, he had
DW.
nothing. If this guy's the CEO of a company, like, his company's probably like 3 people.
No, that dude. No, if anything I know about like people like that,
Is he
they
successful?
make it by acting this way. Like, I've seen many successful people just being fucking big-headed. Like, all right, I'm gonna push through this and lie if I have to at the end, and then if I get caught, I get caught. Who cares? He's a piece of shit.
We do have, this is actually too, and I want to know because I've been yelling snake for weeks. They called him a snake, but you heard it here first, guys. The reality guys dubbed him a snake a week ago, but they straight like, bro, you're a snake. And I was like, that was us. We called that first.
Speaking parcel tongue first.
Yeah, bro. We found the Chamber of Secrets first, bro. Kick rocks.
Should have copyrighted it.
I know. Well, I'm gonna ease off on trying to copyright. I mean, sometimes the copyright bug tries to snap at us, so we're not gonna try to.
Well,
snap
wait,
back.
we need to. What type of snake is he? Let's copyright that. You gardener snake.
I think we may be able, Kev, to copyright the snake eating a rat under the bed of my honeymoon. That's pretty unique. I think that we may be able to make a T-shirt out of.
Yeah.
All right, boom.
So
You're that type of snake, dick.
all right, we'll finish this out. 3 last main points here for us, including the rose ceremony. Jamie was exposed and gone. Bye. See you. What? Probably one of the only exits I've ever seen. That motherfucker had nothing to say.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
He had nothing to say in the car. Nothing. Usually they're all they're waxing poetic or they're putting their audition tape in for Paradise.
Yeah,
Dude.
you just been ripping lines of coke or just had nothing to say or
Is there
Dude,
any
if
shot
it
this
was
guy
me,
ends up on Paradise?
I'm sitting in the back seat and they're videotaping. I guarantee you this is the only video they would have gone. Oh, fuck. I left my charger.
yeah. Right.
No, Kevin, it would be like him.
Okay, I would not be thinking.
Kevin,
twice.
they gave him his cell phone back, and there's filming him on his cell phone. And he's like calling his friend. He's like, "Yeah, I left. Bitch wasn't even hot."
Yeah,
Right.
right. Probably.
Yeah, I didn't even know it. It's not like I saw her in a previous season or anything.
All right, we do have to bring one final piece of business to order before we get to the rose ceremony. I'm actually conflicted here, guys. I don't know if it's her fault or not because of all this Jamie stuff. But she broke the Matt James rule again.
Dude,
She canceled the rest of the cocktail party.
it's 2 out of 3. It's not good.
My exact bullet point. Dude made her break the Matt James rule again. ... However, as a multiple time offender, she's getting dangerously close to us changing the rule to be the Michelle rule.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, in 3 weeks, she's canceled 2 cocktail
Yeah.
parties.
2 in a row. It's not good.
I believe in everything that she does because I want to marry her after this.
All right. Well, here you heard it here.
Very
The stand of who would have thought the stand of Michelle Young would be Kevin.
I do like her, man.
Kevin. I would
And I
have
think
went
I
with me.
talk badly
maybe
about
Brian.
her.
No, definitely not me.
Talk badly
I'm
about
always
her.
the bad guy.
Like, yeah, but like this one, I think, and I always like Katie too, but then I would date her.
Well, you can now date.
You can date Katie.
Michelle, if you're available.
She's probably not. She's like a nice person. She
Subscribe to
probably
the
whoever
channel,
fits,
and
she
I'll know
fits is
it's
definitely
real.
gonna stay with her. Okay, here we are, boys. Yet again, we're at the rose ceremony. Brian, you have a way better list than me. Or do you want me to do it? Who has?
I got
the
it.
rose?
I got it written down.
Got it, Brian. You
Yeah.
got this big time, bro. The
Yeah.
following men receive roses.
Yep. Joe. This is in order too. Rick. Leroy, my pick. Nate with a Y. Casey, Chris G, Chris S, Clayton, Olu, Romeo, Will, Brandon.
What happened to Malik?
We'll get to Malik. I said Brandon. Brandon got a rose. I had them at the end. Brandon got a rose. Martin got a rose. Ronnie got a rose. So those last 3 got them from dates, etc.
So that means we had 4 men eliminated. Brian, do you have those
Yeah.
4?
Yes, not including Jamie. We have Peter, Pizza Pete,
Peace.
out.
Yeah.
Spencer. I was disappointed. I kind of like Spencer.
Yeah, I like Spencer. too.
I was.
See you, Spence. Go on.
LT. I'm happy LT left. He had a lot, like his face
Yeah.
scared me.
Oh,
And Malik.
Malik.
Olu did this. Malik was one talking shit on Rodney. Like, yo, man, this guy's a bum.
You're right.
Malik.
I mean, out of this thing, guys, we're starting to see some guys emerge, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Nate, Joe,
Yeah.
Brandon,
Rick, unfortunately.
and Rick. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that'll definitely be the final 4. But if I were to say now, I think Joe, Nate, and Brandon are top 3. I don't think there is anybody above them right now. unless, there's plenty of episodes to go for things to go to hell. Those guys seem pretty straight. And then from what we also saw in some of that the season preview stuff, we see those guys later on in one-on-one time.
Yeah, Martin's a dark horse, man.
I think it was a good way. Why do you say that?
He's got it. He's got a one-on-one next week.
Well,
he could get
sometimes
axed.
the one-on-ones lead.
He could get axed, but I don't know. He seems like a normal dude. I judged him based purely on appearance, and he's actually one of the most normal people there.
It's true.
I think, with his conversations at least.
Oh, are you talking about In Sync?
Yeah, In Sync
Okay.
Martin.
I had to think about who I was. Frosted Tips.
Yeah,
I had to think about it.
Frosted.
No, yeah. Well, listen. I mean, as far as I think
You judged the dude Frosted Tips just sheerly on appearance. It was like, that's the dude.
I think if he didn't have the Frosted Tips, I would have liked him better already. But like what you said, he made a really good showing this week.
Yeah.
So like you're right. He's definitely. I mean, she likes him, and she's even indicated verbally like she's like could see herself with him, that she feels secure with him. So it's not a terrible place.
He also wasn't bad at basketball on that basketball date. Like he was hooping.
No, I mean he wasn't Joe, but I mean Joe literally played for the Big Ten.
Before white dude, he was
any indication of what's going to make a good relationship. It's who's best at basketball.
She's basketball's a big part of her life.
Based
Well,
upon
I mean,
what we've
we're laughing
seen,
at the fact that I suck at basketball. I'm the only thing.
So you have no chance. That wasn't that hook shot.
yeah, she's like a hoop dreams like girl, bro, like loving basketball.
Yeah, right.
I want her to show me how to jump shoot.
Listen, you can learn how to make a free throw probably by December. You still be better than Ben Simmons. So
That's a great point.
I didn't actually see the preview. I was watching here on Hulu. So Brian, Kev, Phil, myself, and the audience in on what we.
I also just asked you, bro.
Brian's always the preview special. So
So it looks like Martin gets like a one-on-one.
okay.
That's why I kind of, even before I saw this, I was like, Martin's kind of stock's going up. And it looks like Chris S. Is he the one that not the spoken word guy? There's two Chris's, Chris G, Chris S.
G, and Chris S. I think
Chris S is the Chris G's the spoken word guy. The other one,
I believe
I
pronounced Chris's.
Yeah, Chris's.
Yeah, it's actually named.
So Chris
S is the commodities broker from
the
Hollywood.
guy who hates burnt pizza.
Yes, and the one who has the blue steel face.
Yeah, right. So he looks like he's gonna start morphing into this season's Hunter.
Oh no!
Yeah. So
like he knows all the info and he's
but he just like is doing like he's taking that. This is like the area of the show last season where Hunter was starting to.
No, guys.
Like him.
In the realm of a murder mystery, he's the killer. He is a hunter. That's what Brian's trying to say. He's out there to kill.
See the signs, people. See the signs. I'm looking at his picture right now. He has a serial killer face.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that like stock white dude that like looks put together, that he's like very anal about his appearance, and he's a murderer.
American Psycho.
Yes, very much so.
Oh yeah. Or like maybe even like a U-esque character.
I think he's a little big for the U guy.
Well, yeah, he's a little big, but that same kind of creeper shit.
Yeah.
He has creeper eyes.
That they named that show You.
I don't like that show.
I could
it's a good show. You're nuts.
I don't like the narrative.
No, I could reference this show in so many ways, and it just makes it sound like I'm talking about the person I'm talking to.
You know what I would like actually, and then we can close out with this. In the spirit of You, like not while the season's going on, but say like The Bachelor was like a thing where they would release the seasons on DVD after the fact, or like a director's cut. I would like whoever the person was, so it would be like Michelle, like her narrating the episodes like Joe from You.
Commentary.
And then I saw you.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
Commentary would be funny.
Where I took the knife and went through the sternum.
Whoa.
Well,
because
everyone,
it's a mystery, guys.
Well, it's not a mystery, Kevin. You're telling us that you're placing the knife into someone's sternum.
We didn't know the entire time.
We never knew.
Plot twist.
So, we will be back for Survivor. That's going to be Brian and Kevin definitely. I will be in transit. So if I'm able to record tomorrow, I will be on Survivor as well. I can't wait. I'm the second we hang up, I am going to watch it. It was the end. And again, thank you guys. Last week's episode with the Survivor was great with the to be continued ending. Really love that. The whole thing with, is she going to reverse time? I mean, it's an actual question we're going to talk about tomorrow. Did time travel occur?
It was the one at Kevin and I, the one time we wanted to see the glove, it was not available to us.
You guys messaged me, you're like, Bill, can you get on for like 30 seconds?
Yeah, right.
Stat the Thanos glove.
Don't even
Oh yeah.
pull out your glove,
Like,
please.
that's where it is.
We need it now.
I may not. All right, boys. I may not have a Thanos glove with me tomorrow, but I do have a wand.
I think you can do a spell for us then.
Levio.
I have a wand.
Swish and
Make it
flick.
work. Wingardium Leviosa, not Leviosa. It's like it's the rose, not the rosa.
It's Chris,
Not the rose.
not Chris S.
It's Chris's.
It's Chris's, not the Chris's. Oh, that's perfect.
That was a good one. All right. Well, I'm officially going to put myself back on spring break mode for a little bit. But until the next episode, for myself, Brian, Kevin, the murder mystery, Peter's Pizza Place, Thanos' glove, the wand. Peace.
The PPP. See ya.